everybody, it's Rebecca Gabriel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Living with Spice. It's so lovely that you are here to join me again. I hope you are doing well. We're going to do a weekly card reading for Aquarius. So you can be in Aquarius as a sun, moon, rising, or in your Venus sign. If you're not sure what your placements are, you can always access a free natal chart to check what your placements are. So in any case, this is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate for everybody. So take what does, leave what doesn't. And if you'd like to have a personal reading, you can always contact me. My details are in the description box below. Now the reading's going to be from the 20th of April through to the end of the month. So give or take, let's not get too worried about the dates. Whenever you see this reading, it's meant for you. And also, of course, if you are really enjoying the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you could please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The more subscribers I have, the more people get a chance to see my videos, and that'd be a great thing. All right, let's get into your reading, Aquarius, and we'll see you soon. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to pull some cards from the Oracle Tarot deck by Lucy Cavendish. I love these cards. They're nice and bright and vibrant. We're just going to look at your energy for the latter half of April to see what is going on for you. We'll get 3 cards out for you. We've got 2 that want to come out there. And we need 1 more card. Thank you, Spirit. What energy can Aquarius expect for the latter half of April? I always pre-shuffle before I do my readings. Sometimes the cards have a mind of their own. I'm going to take that. Okay, I'm going to just pull a card here for you today. What is going on? There's a lot of things going on here for you, Aquarius. What's going on here? There's a lot of energy, but I'm getting the feeling it's all going in a good place for you. So we've got love and union, put down your burden, which is 10 of Wands, and recharge your hopes. I think you're feeling quite the buzz of energy at the moment. There's a lot going on, and you are ready to get things sorted here and take appropriate action. Now, the 10 of Wands is you getting ready to let go of all of the stuff that's unnecessary in your life. You've kind of had enough, and it's like you're going, right, I'm done with this. I'm getting the feeling it's a little bit like, what's that saying about throwing out the bathwater? It's sort of like, okay, enough. And you are letting go of all of the extraneous things that are slowing you down and driving you crazy. And that's sort of this 10 of Wands card, right? And you're just going, right, it's enough. I'm getting rid of all of this stuff. There's too much going on. It's time for me to release what is driving me nuts. And so that's a great thing, Aquarius, a good thing to do. And yeah, I think maybe you've just kind of burst your boiler. You've had a really busy time, and you've sort of gotten to that point of like, enough's enough. Which, okay, so if things have been pressuring you in terms of things that have been on your plate to do, perhaps a little bit too much drama with people in terms of emotions that are being stirred up as a result of all of the activity. Maybe you've just got too many things on your plate, and just it's all come together, and you've kind of spat the dummy a little bit. And look, it may not be surprising, because we've all been faced with very, very different circumstances recently, having to work from home if we're lucky enough to have a job, being placed in self-isolation, or social isolation, which means we're now in amongst a whole lot of people that we don't get a lot of space from, and maybe you've just kind of spat the dummy a little bit and said, right, I can't do all of this. So as a result of that, let me just pop that there. As a result of that, Aquarius, you realised you just need to step out and just recharge. So we've got 4 of Wands here, and you're going, right, I need to step away from this. I need to just gather my thoughts, gather my energy, and rethink how I'm going to handle everything. So you you have spat the dummy and you've gone, right, time out. I need some time out now to get things sorted, get myself sorted, get myself back into a space of good energy, and that seems like good advice to yourself, Aquarius, just so that you can sort of recharge and rethink, okay, what's next? What are my priorities? I can't deal with all of this, but I can, throw away what's not necessary and keep what is vital, and then to be able to focus. Clearly, if we look at these, we've got this one's a priority above these ones here. So it's just like not keeping everything, but throwing out what's not needed and then reorganizing things. And that way you feel like you've got a little bit of control back in your life, and you've had a chance to release some things that are just not needed anymore, which means it's off your plate and you're feeling a little bit better about things. So that's what's happening for you at the end of April. So, okay, you may have the time and opportunity to do that, and that's a really, really good thing to do. And as a result, you kind of get yourself back in the groove again. You're feeling the love. You're feeling the love for yourself, actually, because you've gone, right, I've just got to have time out to manage this. And as a result, you have the Two of Cups card, sort of reconnecting. And maybe if you've had a bit of a blowout with someone as well as a result, it may not be the cause of it, but you managed to get yourself back into the good books again, and you're feeling right with the world and right with yourself. And this card of loving union and teamwork is Aquarius, you feeling, I've got myself back into the good space again, and you are connecting, vibing, communicating well with the other people around in your life, and perhaps in particular a special person in your life. So, and the special person could be a love interest, or it could be, perhaps work partner. And so once you've kind of reorganized everything and got yourself sorted, everything is back in a really good space and flowing well for you. You're feeling good again, Aquarius. Fabulous. That's really great. Good to know. All right, I'm just going to adjust my screen here a little bit. Okay, all right. So we're going to take a look at where this is leading you, okay? So you've gone into this space at the end of April of clearing out some stuff and realising there's things that you need to get rid of and you need to prioritise. So, Spirit, what is the message now for Aquarius? What are the next steps? What else do we need to be aware of in this time? Thank you, Spirit, for Aquarius. End of April. What's going on for Aquarius? The end of April, 20th to the 30th. So Aquarius, you are an air sign, and sometimes we have an overload of communication, and that can lead to a little bit of an explosion if we have too much going on. And that's why taking time out to get yourself sorted and clear your head and clear your energy is a really good thing. Okay, we've got something jumping out there. We've got two jumping out there. And we need one more card. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, so that's kind of like a really good message to learn, that when things are getting a little bit too full on, it's always good to take a step back and just get yourself sorted before moving forward. Good for yourself and good for relations with others. Now, I've got two cards wanting to come out there, so I'm going to, there's three. I don't want to have three. I think we're just going to stick with one or two maximum. Thank you, Spirit. So, what's going to complement these other cards, please? Okay, no, it's definitely two. Okay. Yeah. Why is everybody's reading so complicated at the moment? Okay, so clearly that we are going through a release. Okay, autumn, this beautiful autumn card, letting things go. It's like the leaves falling off the trees. It's time, it's the season to let things go that you no longer need to take with you. So we kind of got that message here, and this is kind of something as well that is going to serve you well. It's natural, and rather than resist the process, Aquarius, it's a really good idea to acknowledge that it's time. You know, autumn is time. The leaves can't stay on the trees forever. They have to drop so that we have renewal. And this is the space that you're in. So there's a renewal happening for you, a release in order for a renewal. So you've got to let some stuff go. Yeah, you've got to let some stuff go. All right. So we have the iceberg card here. And I want to read into this because I had this in another reading where I want to make sure this is relevant for you. Okay. With this card, what I'm sensing for you, Aquarius, is that you've had a build-up of things being just too hard, like two energies pressing. When things are just forced and they push, and then they break. And what has been in your life, the energy that's been in your life has felt big, it's felt overwhelming, it's felt oppressive almost, and it's not been a great place. And it's a lot of it has come from your perspective too. So we've got the card of perspective, is how you're seeing things. And as a result of this intense energy that's been building up, and it's been the focus for you, you finally realise you've had enough and you've got to release all of this. What I'm feeling though is that you haven't had the time, space or energy to look beneath the surface of things. You've been very focused on the externals, and that has driven a lot of your attention and where your energy has been focused, rather than looking at things at a deeper level for yourself. So we know with icebergs, typically, it's usually much greater beneath the surface. You know, the size of the iceberg is usually a lot bigger and carries more weight than what's on the surface. But in this card, the card really is pointing to me about how huge and insurmountable what's above the surface appears to you. And the energy underneath is very calm. So maybe you've not looked at what is beneath the surface and what you need to pay attention to, Aquarius. And hence the build-up of almost like an explosion and then a release, because you've not been paying attention what's beneath the surface for you. Perhaps there have been little messages, feelings, and that sort of thing, and you've been ignoring that, and it's kind of resulted in a bit of a interesting. Certainly the way we perceive things, this is an influence in your reading, Aquarius. And I'm just feeling into it, and I'm just wondering if a lot of what's going on in your world at the moment is all about how you're seeing things. You know, do you need to check how you're viewing your situation? I'm going to find what other messages we can get from this particular card for you, Aquarius. What other messages are happening for you beneath the surface? Just getting the feeling there's more to the situation here, Aquarius. If only I could find your card, because I'm looking in the wrong spot. Okay. Here we go. The Milky Way, full of billions of stars for sure. So, the enormity and vastness of the universe stagger the mind and challenge the imagination. But it also gives us some notion of where we are and where we fit into everything. So we have the vast picture of the universe, the Milky Way here. And sometimes this can feel so huge that we're just a speck and we don't matter. You're being asked, Aquarius, to challenge your normal perspective and usual frame of reference at the moment. You can either continue to focus on your small vision of the world and yourself, Or you can accept that there's a bigger picture in life. There's more to the story than what you've been seeing. And it's true that sometimes we can feel overwhelmed with what's immediately in front of us, which is the energy that I get from this card here. With everything right in front of us feeling so big and insurmountable that it's caused a build-up of pressure and tension for you, because that's where your focus has been. And as a result, you felt quite helpless and hopeless. But if you realise that there's more to the picture, more to the situation than what is immediately in front of you, you understand that there's a higher purpose and there's more to the universe and more to what's going on than you've been focused on. So perhaps, Aquarius, you've kind of lost your perspective a little bit, and it's time to step back and take a bit of a breather, which we saw happening here. You kind of burst your bubble here, and then you realised you've got to step back and just do a bit of a recharge here to get some clarity. So it means that perhaps you need to take the observer position, not to detach from where you're at or detach from you or the rest of the world from a point of not caring, but rather try to look at things from a different point of view. Sometimes our outlook on life can be clouded with the way we're feeling, our emotions and the judgments that we have around certain situations. And I think that's been an influence for you, and taking time out to step back is really good advice for you at the moment, Aquarius. I think perhaps you've been a little bit too judgmental of yourself and of others and your situation. When you develop that skill of being able to look internally and to be the observer, it's amazing how your awareness can become a lot sharper, Aquarius. And you can see things that perhaps you weren't seeing before. You can notice physically too what's going on in your world and what's going on inside of you, emotionally and mentally as well. And it's important as an observer that we see things without judgment, so that we're not denying anything, that we're actually seeing everything for what it really is. And that way you're going to have clearer vision and a more open mind. So I'm really feeling that, you've sort of, this is the clear message for you, is that you just need to take a step back. You do need to let things go. You need to do a recheck with where your thoughts and your energy have been focused. Because I think you've sort of been a little bit too overwhelmed with things that have been right in front of you and only seeing that and not seeing the bigger picture. We know the iceberg reveals so much more beneath the surface, and the example of the card with the Milky Way in the universe means, we are just a small part of a much bigger picture. And maybe now is the time for you to not be so critical, but rather step back and go, what else do I need to consider here? And we have a childhood card here that's come out. Perhaps, Aquarius, you're being asked to take on a childlike perspective of awe and wonder. And in this card, these two little children here are able to see through eyes that are not judgmental. They do see a larger view of the world, and they see through eyes of hope and curiosity. And I think that Spirit is asking you to adopt this energy and this perspective, that it's going to help you. It's going to help you to see things in a different way and shift your energy as well. I think maybe you might have been a little bit critical recently, and it's not kind of helped you. It's actually ended up exploding, and as a result maybe affected some relationships. Thankfully, it looks like you have been able to turn things around. But certainly, if you can pull back, give yourself a little bit of a chance to recharge and adopt a more childlike perspective. It means not judging, taking things for what they are, living in the moment, and appreciating that perhaps life is a little bit simpler than you were making it out to be, and that perhaps you need to take on less worry, release those burdens, and just relax. And, as if you are a child, as if you don't have a care in the world. And that's kind of going to help you shift your energy and what has been weighing mentally and emotionally on you for this period of time. That sounds like really good advice. Okay, I am going to pull some cards from the Wisdom of Oracle deck. See what other messages we have for Aquarius for the end of April. Thank you, Spirit. Shall not... Oh, we've got one card there. And we need one more card. Thank you. One more card for Aquarius. There we go. So certainly Spirit is again saying it's time for a nap. It's time for you to take some time out, take a little break, get away from the fray, give yourself this opportunity to rest and recover. Yeah, there's bliss in that. And it's a little bit about self-nurture too. And if you've not been doing that and you've been going hard in your head, Aquarius, now's the time for you to just give yourself a bit of a break. So yeah, that's sort of mimicking this, I'm going to put it up here, mimicking this beautiful message here for you to recharge. Spirit wants you to know that you are blessed. You know, it's important for you to take care of yourself. I'm going to see what else, that's come out for the second time today. I just want to see what else is meant for you today. Something wonderful and unearned and unexpected is happening. A gift from Spirit for you. There are moments in life when out of the blue, when everything that has been orchestrated by the divine intervention, you feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. So you go from feeling overburdened because of where your focus has been, and once you release and let go, Spirit is saying, you know what, you're actually really blessed. Something beautiful is coming your way. What a lovely thing to know. So all that was worrying you, your troubles and everything, are going to be eased. Know that deep down you did not deserve the problems and the chaos that was happening. It's just one of those things in life. But be grateful for the blessings in your life, and you're going to experience a lot of peace within. In terms of relationship, you may be moving towards a deepening of intimacy in a unique and sacred partnership. You know that you're meant to have this connection, and this is union that's blessed by the divine and will bring transformation and beauty into the world. It's a sign that, even more important, you're being called to a deeper intimacy with yourself and Spirit. With this new development, you will see evidence of grace in your life. It could also be pointing towards unexpected good fortune as well, Aquarius, and that's lovely to know. In terms of your finances, your pentacles, there'll be windows of opportunity coming up at the end of April for you too. So whatever it comes your way, Aquarius, Spirit is saying accept the blessings and don't forget to share these with others. But especially if you have been in a very headstrong space, Spirit is saying it is time for you to let that go and take on a more humbled approach to what you have in your life right now and be grateful. Surrender, and then the blessings are going to come to you. The next card we have is All That Glitters. Now sometimes this card presents itself to warn us of being a little bit too much in our ego and following the wrong things in life, being overly motivated by our external world. I'm just going to check in to see what the energy is for your reading. Yeah, it's certainly asking you to look beyond the superficial. Be careful what you're motivated by. You know, if you're motivated only by sparkly things in life, I don't think you're going to have the sustainable happiness that you're after. Also, in terms of the people in our life, just notice the masks that people wear and what their motives are when you're dealing with others. Yeah. Maybe that's part of what you need to let go of here too, things in your life. If there have been a lot of people or situations in your life that they're not aligned. I'm just going to see if I can get some light here. Here we go. They don't align with who you are and what's important to you. They're all about the presentation and the glitter in our life and the talk, you know. I think you kind of had enough of all of that BS, and I think you're ready to let that go. So it's you noticing that the masks that people wear is part of what you need to sort of, like, I'm done with that. I'm done with people's BS and pulling the wool over my eyes. And so I think Spirit is just sort of saying that there's a lot of this going on that you've just had enough of. Yeah, it's been in your face, and it has sort of flavoured the way things have been, and it's not been a pleasant environment for you. And you want this. You want synchronicity. You want to be on the same page as people, and you haven't been, and you're really quite ready to let all of that go. So give yourself this time to recharge, adopt a new perspective, clear out what needs to go, and really know that you're blessed. You do need to take some time out to get yourself sorted, and that's important, and try and adopt a different way of seeing the world and seeing life, and getting rid of all of the BS. I think that's quite an important message for you at the moment. So Aquarius, I think we might just pull one card from the flower therapy deck, flower oracle deck, just to sort of finish off with the energy for the end of the month for you, Aquarius. Nice way to finish the reading. Gone a little bit longer than I wanted. Finding some of the messages a little bit difficult to come out today. Oh, I've got card spelling. Here we go. All right, for you, Aquarius, take time for yourself. This is the third card in your reading, so how perfect is that? Take time for yourself. We've got the tulip card. How beautiful is that? And it says, enjoy relaxation activities that nurture your soul. Brilliant. I love it. All right, that's your message, Aquarius. Take time, step back, recharge, and I think you're going to get yourself right with the world again, and expect a blessing along the way, Aquarius. So it's a beautiful reading for you. I hope you enjoy the rest of the month. Do take care of yourself, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now, Aquarius.